afternoon and welcome back to Twisted Koi Cupcakes. How we doing out there, ladies and gentlemen? Are you enjoying the sun? And you, father and son Koi, I see you. Come on guys, let's go over to the father and son's channel, see if we can get him up to 100 subscribers. Give him a sub, give him some twisted love, and of course tell him the Twisted One sent ya. And on that note, there's also an ICU for Frankly Koi, new channel. Let's see if we can get Frankly up to 50 subscribers, huh? So, on that note, what have we been up to? Well, I finished off the decorating in the bathroom, so that's all tickety-boo. Oh, while she's by the windy little bitch. The shower, the tank show, as you can see, has gone right down. I mean, I got to admit, part of me is kicking myself, thinking, well, maybe that might not have happened had I'd removed scales. Yes, hindsight is a lovely thing, but when you say things like that, if you go back to a month or so ago, I was saying about how I needed to get the Sorogoi out because she had raised scales, and if you look back on the video, she did have a row of raised scales and she had a couple of raised scales on the other side. I haven't touched her at all and she's absolutely fine, absolutely pristine. I do a usual treatment on the tan show, decide not to take any scales out, and yeah, this is what happens. Maybe if I'd have been delicate with the knife round the skin to loosen the scale from the scale pocket, I might have been able to save her from having a scar. But like I said, hindsight is a bitch, and it's always 20/20. But yeah. Oh, focus your shitbag. Yeah, being a dickhead. There we go. So as you can see, it's gone right down. So got a few jobs to do, and I also want to wait till this sun disappears from round in here. Mind you saying that, the fry are looking wicked. The pond itself is looking lovely. Yeah, zooming out, there we go. As you can see, pond is looking tickety-boo. And while we're on the note of the pond, came downstairs yesterday morning, came out to do my usual checks and everything else. And as I come downstairs, I looked in the pond and I found Susan's Hiroi Kahaku on the bottom of the pond, absolutely brown bread. There was no point scraping it because there wouldn't have been nothing, because it needs any parasite needs a living host. So, but as to what's caused it, I haven't got a fucking clue, to be totally honest. I spent a good 3/4 of the day yesterday scraping fish, and the only thing I can find is flukes. So, on that note, I've got to say a really big shout out to my man Daz Shelton, Skeggy Pond Supplies, or Skegness, hang on, let's get this right. Daz Shelton, Skeggy Koi Pond, also known as Skegness Pond Supplies. Now, I've got to give this guy a really big shout out because he has helped me out no end of times this year, and has pulled me out of the shit no end of times this year. And if you really do need something pretty darn quick, then either hop on his website or give the man a call, because I tell you, if he can't get it to you within 24 hours, he will do his damnedest to get it direct from the manufacturer to your door within 24 hours. And he has done, because he's done it not once but twice for my ma. Bought Tempest. It was there within 24 hours, which was a better service than she got from fucking Amazon. You know what I mean? So he's also a big part of the community, and he does a lot for other people as well. So yeah, pop across to Skiggy's channel, guys. Pop across to his website. If it's not on the website, pick up the phone, he'll still be able to sort it out for you one way or another. I can guarantee you that one. So, that being said, Skeggy, you've always got my support, brother. You know that. And onwards and upwards. Like I say, only thing I found in the pond was flukes. So we got a different fluke treatment coming now because they've had 2 doses of fluke P, which is usually my go-to, and it usually knocks the shit out of them. The only thing I didn't do this time round is I didn't do a PP treatment before the fluke treatment, which is what I usually do. Whether that's played a part in it or what, I don't know. But I will be PPing before I put the fluke treatment in this time, just to go back to what I usually do, so then I can knock that out the equation, if that makes any sense, because every time I've done it that way before, even though I'm going to use a different type of fluke treatment this time, I think I'm going to be using NT Labs Flucosol, which is a liquid one. So yeah, I'm going to be giving that one a go. But like I say, it's had 2 doses of fluke P. A litre of fluke P is not fucking cheap nowadays, mind you. No koi treatment is cheap nowadays, is it really, when you look at it? But yeah, what I've also got is I've got the Skegster. Now get your finger out the way of the camera, you dickhead. Here we go. I've also got the Skegster to send me down some malachite green and formalin. And the reason for that is, as we know, once you treat with flukes, 9 times out of 10, Bob's your Uncle Fanny's your aunt, you end up with fucking cost here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my course of treatment for the flukes, and then I'm going to get hit with malachite green and formalin. I'm going to just nuke the pond, basically. So that waffle aside about the main pond, other than that, they are looking, as you can see, she's looking absolutely perfect, and she had some really raised scales. And like I say, if you look back through my videos, she actually did the same last year, but it was only 1 or 2 scales. Honestly, can't put my finger on what and why, but I haven't touched her, not a bit, you know. But considering I found some flukes, they're not bouncing off the walls. They're all still eating, swimming about beautifully. The only one that has done anything really is the big Gimrin Becco. She decided to come out the water a bit earlier, and but I've done everything I can. There's fuck all else I can do but now wait for Royal Mail. And then we'll go from there. The growing on tank's doing well. We'll go in a minute. The fry are doing fabulous. The water's really starting to clear up in here. I've got to get the vortex sorted in a minute. But have a look at these. All different colours, patterns, sizes. If I put you there a second. Yeah, have a good old munch now. But we are doing extremely well in here. Just waiting for the grill to arrive, and then we can start filtering some of them out. Yeah, they're looking good, but what I've got is I've got a bit of jack mat in there which stops the majority of the big shit, but it's still picking up tiny little ones. So what I do is I shut the ball valve, switch the pump off, let the water settle. She settles out, and then what I do is I get me trusty bit of pipe in my bag, and then I siphon that till it's close to the bottom. I'll then get a little bit of water in my white bowl, wherever that's disappeared to now, and I can't put in the white bowl because these little shits yesterday decided to pull the lily out of there. As you can see, I've got no lily leaves at all whatsoever. It's because of these. This bitch is number one for it. Bloody lily destroyer, as my daughter called her. But yeah, they're all having a bloody good munch. So yeah, siphon this out. So we get to a sucking. Goes into that gravel bit there where I wash out my brushes. The life and times of keeping quiet and keeping fried. Keep you fucking busy, that's what it does. There's always something to do. I mean, once I've done this and given this a clean out, I've then got to go into the long block and do the pop and swap over, and then that should be golden. Everyone in there is doing all right. The small Deutsche Amazonischki, it eats like fuck, just not putting any body on at all. In fact, it looks like it's losing body. It just blows my mind. I can't get my head around it. Whereas, you know, it's just these things you just can't explain it. Honestly, put food in there, it's one of the first ones up. But just got no body on it at all, just doesn't seem to be doing anything. As we start to get a bit lower, you'll start to see little swimmers. Sometimes they're not so little either. But believe it or not, I haven't had any bent ones out of here yet. And that's after going, you know, it's going from the bottom of there into that pump and up this pipe work, through that diddy fucking UV, which isn't even on, and the tank itself is starting to clear up absolutely lovely. But the old calla lilies and the plants are really starting to grow well now, so that will be making a big impact on it. So yeah, we're getting lower. I want to get a little bit lower because it makes it easier to catch the little bastards, because some of them are still really small. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Can you see them? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another one over there, 5. And what I'll do is take that out for a minute. Right, put you down a second. I mean, the lily itself actually came from the bed that was up there. It was up there, but yeah, I decided to turn that tap on. I'm going to need that anyway. Give that a little sloosh. I'll have a bit more salt round. There we go, job done. Let's see how many we got in here today. So, let me put you up there. So some of these aren't too small today. Another couple. Of course, the most we've had in here for a while, but then again, I have increased the pump speed, but that would also account for the extra clarity as well. Oh fuck me, there's loads in here. You have to wait for the shit to settle because you don't want the shit in the bowl. Oh, little fuck bags. Right, give me a minute and I'll come back to you. Well, I think there's one tiny one in there, but I can't catch him, so yeah, so you got the shit in there. What I'll do next is I'll show you, but we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 in there, and one's bent, so the bent one will end up going as a Scooby snap into the main pond, but the rest will end up back in here. The joys, huh? Oh, the joys. So if we get a minute, one, 2, because you never know, that could be a future grand champion. See, look at the size difference. As you can see, this one got a bit bent while he was in the system, so he becomes a Scooby snack. But yep, get rid of that. So yeah, as I was saying, now what I do is I turn on this water tap here and I use that you see just how much shit this bit of jack mat stops. Yeah, and that's just a bit of jack mat. So yeah, that's back there. Dump that. And this is where the hose comes in. Spray off any loose debris. Anything else on there is biofilm, whether it's a mechanical stage or not. And yes, I know I could put brushes in the vortex, but if I did that, then after these fish that I'm saving and putting back in and giving another chance would end up dead because they'd end up stuck in amongst the brushes. That's not what I want, but I don't want a separate pump in there, so this little bit of extra work every day to me is worth it. That's all nice and clean now, so we can shut that valve, switch your pump on. While that's filling up, I'll give the brush and the jack mat chamber a purge. And then I turn my top up on. These come down here now because I won't need them till tomorrow. Ooh, talking about tomorrow, we got YouTube royalty coming to Twisted Towers tomorrow. Oh yes. Shame he's got to bring 2 humans with him. Yep, I got to make it all spick and span because we all know Bisley's a superstar. So yeah, that's enough for me. No, we were going to go in there, weren't we? That's topping up now anyway. Made me dome, done my earring. I've just got to wait for some more sinking airline to come in, and then I can get John Boy to come and get that on the bottom drain. Though it's going on the bottom drain, it will only be used at night. But these are looking absolutely awesome. Look, I'll show you what I mean. Look. Fuck knows what happened there. But yeah, I'm going to get on with these fishy bits, so I can then get on to doing a bit of spray painting on the boy's van. Oh yes. I'm going to do a planet escape on his bonnet while he's away at Glastonbury. Back later. Well, that's the IBC tank all sorted. Let me just put this lid down and you'll see what I mean. Cool, perfect. Anyway, what I've done is I've shuffled the air pump along, and instead of trying to squeeze it under the pipe, I've zip tied it to it. See? Spam. Piss off. I love my phone when it does that. Suspected spam, and then it disappears. But yeah, anyway, I digress. So we've got this air pump running down, put a little drilled hole through there, so that when I lift this up, hang on, where were we before the suspected spam British Gas decided they weren't going to fucking stop winging me? But anyway, I digress. Yes, I put the air stone in this corner here, and I know the camera's pointing at me before you say anything. Yeah, I've got the air stone in here, and I have valved it down a little bit, but the reason I put it in that corner is because you've got a pipe comes out that way and you've got a pipe that goes that way, so there is a nice circular motion. But the thing is, with an IBC tank, you've got a bit down the bottom that branches out and you've got a hump, and I've got a pump cage on that hole going through to the pump, as you know. Well, what happens is the circular motion comes round, and as it does, all the crap starts to collect in this corner, hence why the bog brush is there, because I'd sweep it up every couple of hours and then they go for it again. But put the air stone there so that as it's coming round, it's lifting it up and it's going back round to get caught again. See, up here for thinking, down there for dancing. And everything's been sweetly tightened up now, tidied up. Everything's all been hidden away. I've even finally got all the cable clips on the, oh, I missed one down there, look, 2, one there and one there. Oh, silly me. But that will do for the memento anyway. We lift that back up. In fact, they can have a little squeeze of food. Battle with the lid. So we want both of these. You watch me knock the pots in the fucking pond now. A little bit of the granule one. Of course. The air stone. Oh, half of that one over the fucking side, Vincent. We'll get sent round. But as you know, we've got a lot of itty bitty ones in here as well. So we go to the powder one. What I tend to do with this one is I tend to try and get it as a lump, or get it to land as a lump, because then it disperses over time. Probably not going to happen while I've got the air stone going, but it also encourages them to come to one place for feeding. When they're like that, they're over that like white on rye. Like I say, look, we've even got itty bitty tadpoles. Look at that little dark one there, look. You probably can't see it, but there's a little dark one just there. In fact, there's two. In fact, that one there is even smaller, look. Itty bitty bitty. But yeah, they love this. But we'll turn that off for a minute. Now we know it's working. And then they'll go, thank fuck for that. See, without the air going, you see what I mean? It sits on the water and then starts to disperse out. Yeah, we'll give them a little bit of a relax while they munch. And I'll get on with the next job. She's definitely gone down on this side. She's definitely more lively. Can you have this a second, please? Yeah, that was a big spot, but I'm waiting for my all adhesive powder to come, so I am not taking her out and treating her today. So yeah, she's coming along. I've not long finished doing the filter, and she's had a water change, and I've also topped the salt up as well. So put the air back on. But considering how she looked about 3 or 4 days ago, I'm happy with that. I know for a fact I can fix that. She's going to have a little scar, but I can fix it. So that's the main thing. That's the main thing there. And she's going to stay in there for a little while in the salt, and if anything else comes in, then it goes in there in the salt with her in quarantine before it goes anywhere else. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. The fry looking awesome, look. Let's see if I can get him. We've got a platinum. Probably end up Matt Super. Tiny little bit on his tail.
That has proper yellow.
Got a beautiful body on it though. Tiny little dot on his tail.
That's all it needs.
Oh, look at the pattern on that one. Oh, I missed him. He was only a little... Oh, no, there he is. Nope, lost him again.
Just leave them alone.
But it's nice to actually... Scooby snacking. Yeah, and we all know what Scooby snack means, don't we? So yeah, she's doing alright as far as I'm concerned. She's not on the terminal list anymore. She's on the hospital list on the way up. So yeah, that's that for the minute. Back to you shortly. Just having a little look through the IBC tank with Sue, and some of the patterns on these are outrageous. Yeah, definitely got a nice mixture of sizes there. There's some really, mind you, look, Bifter there, look, you see the short body one, yellow on his head. It's not his fault. Scooby snacking. But there is some pretty fish in there. But yeah, there is a couple of short body fatties here. This one here. Focus. This one here, got fat body, stumpy peck fins. So when we go through, he will be a cull. Let's see now, you see a bit better. Pattern on this one here. Yeah, I really like the pattern on this one. And a few little fatties in there as well. Lovely little pattern on this one. Oh look, we've got a sperm, look. That little one's got a luster to him as well, this one here. It's like, let me out. Oh, possible tancho. We've got a couple in there. Little sperm, look. Little wee one. There's a black one in there, look. There he is. So yeah, there's a little look there. Oh, hang on, I've got to answer the phone. It's my son phoning from Glastonbury. Right, you lot, that's it for today. I'm going to sort the air pumps out either in the morning before the guests get here, or once they've gone in the evening. But as always, folks, don't forget, all your koi needs, medications or whatever it is, Skegness Pond Supplies, give them a call. On that note, I've been Twisted Koi. You lot out there are always great, and we will catch you for the weekend waffling.
That's all, cupcakes.